After you lose 110 pounds, the focus shifts entirely to keeping it off. You are still very much innate with all of your physical attributes, how you eat, what your protein looks like, training, all of that stuff stays the same. It's just all physical. It's all making sure that you can maintain your physical presence and showing up every day with your eating and your training. And that really largely does come down to sustainability via diet, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today, we're talking about how to conquer the mental demon that is body dysmorphia. And anyone who has lost a significant amount of weight or added a significant amount of muscle into their frame or genuinely has been a part of fitness for pretty much more than 6 months at all is well aware of how shitty body dysmorphia can truly be. So if you don't know what it is, here's the Google definition: a mental illness involving obsessive focus on perceived flaw in appearance. So in English, body dysmorphia is looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing something that is completely different from what is actually there. So a good example of this would be me walking into the bathroom mirror today, right now as I record this video, and seeing a 300-pound version of myself. Legitimately seeing a 300-pound version of myself. Even though clear as day, I am not 300 pounds. I am, I don't know, probably like 225 or something. When your body undergoes any sort of physical transformation in a short period of time, under a year, you're gonna have moments like this. Whether it's extreme weight gain, muscle gain, extreme weight loss, even pregnancy. The amount of physical change, the more drastic it is and the smaller time frame you give it, the more likely you are to have more extreme cases of body dysmorphia. And a lot of it does come down to how you approach your mentality with your journey. That's why I focus so much on a healthy relationship with food and an intuitive style of training. But we're not going to talk about today. Today we're talking about how we're going to overcome these things and how you don't have body dysmorphia. It's not a do or don't. It's how much do you have it. It is not a black and white comparison. Body dysmorphia is a spectrum. It is an ever-changing relationship with how you view your body. So think of it instead of I have a body dysmorphia or I don't have body dysmorphia, think of it instead as how do I view my body today? Because it is always going to change. I'm going to explain this concept a little further with a story from this past weekend. So last weekend, I went out and did something that I never do as a 22-year-old guy. I went to a party. I'm pretty fucking lame. I'm pretty sure you guys have gotten that by now. It was one of my best friend's birthday celebrations, and here's what was on the itinerary. Dinner as a group, an after party, crashing at his place, watching football all day the next day. I was absolutely stoked. And going into the weekend, I had a very exhausting last few weeks, so I was really looking forward to this weekend. And I knew that I was probably going to have some fun and, eat more and drink more calories than I had planned on doing. But to be honest, I was at a point to where I knew I would do good enough, and I knew that genuinely, I knew how to approach it where I wouldn't be that bad. And we'll talk more about that in a second. So I drive up there on Saturday night, and the party goes pretty much exactly how I expected. I have steak for dinner. We go to the after party. I drink a little bit, enjoy myself, but definitely don't get anywhere near crazy. I did not wake up with a hangover or anything like that whatsoever. And then the next day, we made a bunch of hot dogs, we made a bunch of food, and we sat down and watched NFL football pretty much all day on Sunday. It was awesome, and it was much needed for the guys. It was much needed bro time. And throughout the weekend, I was, eating protein, grazing on snacks. There was donuts involved. There was hot dogs involved. Definitely not something you would consider very anabolic or what the average person would call diet friendly, but I don't like labeling foods like that. And like I said before, I was there to enjoy my time, have fun with friends, and not overly stress about calories. I made some conscious decisions here and there, but at the end of the day, it was a good weekend of celebrating, we'll put it that way. And when I came home, settled in, and was about to get in the shower, I took a peek at how my physique was looking in the bathroom mirror. And it wasn't pretty. I was fully expecting to not enjoy what I saw simply because I knew how I had eaten the last few days. I had gotten very little movement in, and I knew it wasn't going to be ideal. I knew I was going to be holding on to a ton of water weight, and that was absolutely the case. And was it a morale hit? Yeah, a little bit, but I was expecting it, and I knew how to change my context to make myself really understand the situation in its entirety. Did I gain 15 pounds of fat over the weekend? Absolutely not. Did I gain a bunch of water weight, and did I probably gain a little bit of fat from my eating? Sure, yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, is this something that I am freaking out about? Absolutely not. And here's a couple things that will help me. First of all, For my situation, I'm on a bulk, so a little extra couple pounds of fat here and there in the long term isn't going to really matter or kill me that much. But more importantly, the second thing, and the biggest tip that I can give you in regards to dealing with body dysmorphia and body image as a whole, is I was able to, after I looked in that bathroom mirror, zoom out. The biggest tip I can give you is zoom out. Take a look at the entirety of the week, the month, 6 months, a year. Think about how minuscule one day of fun eating really truly is. And if you're dealing with a body image issue because you feel like you overate one day, understand it's not gonna matter. People have cheat days on weight loss journeys all the time. I was one of them, and the same. They truly do not affect you nearly as much as you think. And when I went into that mirror and I saw that my stomach was bigger and I was holding on to a lot of water and I felt bloated, I didn't like what I saw. But with the additional context of knowing how to zoom out and understanding that my body is going to ebb and flow, I felt a little bit better. And like I said, it is completely normal and you are completely valid for feeling the way you feel about your body. But what we're not gonna do is sit here and mope about it and not try to improve our situation. Both A, try to improve how our physique looks for our better increasing our confidence in becoming a healthier human, but also accepting what we have and accepting the reality of the situation and understanding that things are going to take time. Again, zooming out. So when you're dealing with body dysmorphia as a whole, not just off of a super one-off event like how I had, take some time to understand how far you have truly come. Remove the image of yourself and your physique right now as a whole. Think about how much mental change you've gone through, how much physical change you've gone through. You know, the fact that you're even paying attention to your health and your physique is a win. The fact that you are even being conscious of your health and your physique is a win and puts you in the upper percentile, like top 95% of the world. Understand that body dysmorphia is normal and it will come in ebbs and flows. There will be weeks where you feel great about your body and there will be weeks where you feel terrible about your physique. Just like everything else. Are you happy, giggly, goofy every single day of your life? Are you sad, depressed, lonely, angry, mad every single day of your life? No, you're a human with ever-changing emotions, and your body and how you view it is the exact same way. Actual physique change takes way longer than our brain wants it to, so it's going to show different images than what we truly can see in the mirror. And learning how to accept the negative days where we really don't like what we see in the mirror and valuing them. Understanding that I don't like the way my physique looks today, but it's going to make the day where I do like the way my physique looks that much sweeter. Having the lows makes the highs that much better. If every day was a good day, if every day was a high day, every day you loved how your physique looked, you wouldn't have felt like as if you earned it. And yes, those low days suck, but just remember, there's a reason you're having them. Everyone has them, and it makes the path to victory that much more satisfying. In the end game, as long as you keep showing up and never fucking quit, you're gonna get where you wanna go. It's truly just a matter of time. Zoom out and give yourself some perspective on how far you've come. Keep it simple, big fella.